Brigham Young University, Idaho now officially has a new president. I was able to spend part of an afternoon with him to get to know him better and talk about his vision for the university. Alvin F. Meredith III now sits at the helm of Brigham Young University, Idaho in Rexburg. It is a big mantle. I asked him what it is like when the call comes from the First Presidency of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, saying they would like to speak with him and his wife Jennifer, but not for 3 weeks.
That's a long time to wait for a meeting with the First Presidency. We could not figure out what that meeting could be. And President Nelson sat us down, he put us on his couch, he told us to sit close to each other and act like we loved each other. And then he said, "We have changed your assignment. We would like for you to be the new president of BYU-Idaho." And if I were to summarize my feelings, we were both shocked and humbled. We're very well aware of the legacy of leaders that have spent time here on this campus.
President Meredith was inaugurated October 10th. In his remarks, he talked about preserving that legacy on campus and continuing to be, quote, a university with a distinctive student-focused mission with the primary purpose to develop deeply converted disciples of Jesus Christ, end quote. He said there are 4 main ways to achieve that goal. Number 1 is to remain a Christ-centered, prophetically directed university that teaches and puts students on a successful path in life.
The world needs leaders who lead in a Christ-like way, who are founded on gospel principles, and the world will be a better place if we can produce more leaders that led the way the Savior did.
Number 2 is continuing to strengthen BYU-Idaho's core teaching mission through teaching-focused faculty. President Meredith says he and his wife select 12 random students for their weekly focus group to get feedback.
If you give them pizza or some Jimmy John sandwiches, they'll answer any questions that you have. There's not a one of them that has said that they came to BYU-Idaho because of the faculty and the teachers. However, if you ask the question, now that you're here, what do you love about it? Every one of them to a person says that the students, or that the professors and the teachers make a difference here.
He says they achieve that with smaller classes. The average class size is 27.
And the students tell us that the teachers know them by name, and more importantly, that they genuinely care about them and their success. And that is one of the things that makes this such a special place.
The third marker from President Meredith is to preserve BYU-Idaho's culture and the spirit of Ricks, the college that this university once was. At that time, it was named after pioneer and prominent community leader Thomas E. Ricks. He says the spirit of Ricks is hard to explain, but it is a feeling felt throughout campus.
We just had a university forum speaker who has 2 degrees from Harvard, came to speak to our students today, and I met with her before she spoke, and she said, there's a different feeling on this campus. And that's a common refrain from visitors, especially if they're here for the first time, that they notice and feel something just a little bit different.
The 4th contribution to reaching the goal of the university is to teach and amplify BYU-Idaho's message. What is that message, and who is it for?
There's a lot of good that's done here at BYU-Idaho, and we need to make sure that our proverbial candles are not put under a bushel, that we tell our story. We don't want to be we don't do good to be seen, but we feel that it's okay to be seen doing good. And so we're looking at telling our story in a compelling way, in a way that's consistent with the spirit of Ricks, but lets people know what a special place this is.
I asked President Meredith where he sees the university in 5, 10, or 15 years down the road. He said he received counsel from his predecessors. They told him BYU-Idaho is a special place, and to find out what the Lord wants and focus on that. He said the hope is that BYU-Idaho will be instrumental in strengthening the conversion of the students that attend so that they can go out into the world and do good. Elder Alvin F. Meredith III began serving as president August 1st. He is the 18th president of Brigham Young University, Idaho.